Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Claire Francis, and on my channel we talk about all things shopping, style and fashion. So we're here with another haul today. It actually started out as going to be Clark's Village, which is in Somerset. I did a trip there, and that's a small shopping outlet that has about 90 odd different units there. However, I have to say most of the things that I got there were actually from M&S. So it's turned into an M&S outlet haul really. There's only one item I've got to show you that's not from M&S. First of all, I will tell you a little bit about Clark's Village. It's the original site of where Clark's shoes were made originally. The HQ, the distribution centre and the factories when they were made in the UK were all located in street in Somerset. However, over time, obviously a lot of the actual manufacture went across to Asia, but the head office and a big distribution centre are still on the site here. However, some of the site was then taken over by the outlet stores and has become quite a nice shopping village in street, as I said, in Somerset. Oh, another thing to tell you, apparently some of the manufacturing is actually coming back here. So it's coming back to England. The iconic desert boots that Clark's make are supposed to be going to be made back in the UK. So they're doing a bit of reverse policy there. They're bringing it back from the Far East and they're going to be making them in Somerset again. So I think that's quite a positive step for British industry. So really interesting. There's lots of interesting units there. Some of my favourites, I'll show you a few of them. I like the June shop there because, as you probably know, I'm quite a fan of June bags and shoes, and there were some lovely shoes there. You can see some of the displays. There was boots, there was shoes, and there was a really nice display of Christmas sort of party outfit type shoes, some lovely golds and silvers and things there. So I wasn't actually in the market to buy at that time. I may go back a little bit later, a little bit nearer to Christmas and have a look at those, but some really nice things in the June shop there. Also, obviously, because it's Clark's Village, there's a very big Clark's outlet. So again, I had a look there. I wasn't particularly looking for shoes and boots. In fact, last year I got 2 pairs of long boots from here, a black pair and a tan pair, which were around £100 each, I think. Lovely leather boots, very happy with those. So I wasn't particularly looking, but there was a whole array of different shoes. As you can see, that ankle boots, lots and lots of ankle boots, and also quite a few long boots as well. So a whole selection in every size there to look at. So if you're looking for some Clark's shoes, might be a good place to go. And I also spotted this handbag there, which was a little bit similar to some of those tan suede ones that I was showing you earlier in the season. And that one there, I think it was something like £34, £35. But you can see in the picture there. So that's some of the other stores that I like. There's also a nice home store there. I often buy my duvet covers and pillows and things like that from there. And plenty of other designer places to look at. But I did end up in the M&S outlet. And I have to say, when I went a couple of years ago, I wasn't particularly impressed with the M&S outlet. It seemed to have a lot of the sort of not particularly on trend stuff there, sort of a few basic things. But I have to say, they've really upped their game. And like they've done with their main stores, they are really now a real hub of fashion. So even the outlet had lots and lots of good pieces that I had a good old look at, and I did buy quite a few things from there. So let's have a look at some of those pieces. First of all, I must just say, you know, I've been raving on about these Heat Gen thermal vest tops. I got this top before, if you remember, from M&S, but they did have them in the outlet stores. So this vest top was actually in the outlet stores. They had different colours, they had a few different shapes. Very good price as well. They were, I think, £8, whereas I think they would have been £12. So you can get these from the outlet store at a very good discounted price. They didn't have all the colours and all the shapes and things, but they did have quite a few. So I topped up on a couple of those vest tops, and they're really nice, really useful, nice and warm, nice and comfortable, tight fitting, so they don't give a lot of volume on top. Just really excellent pieces. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing, I picked up this really lovely loungewear set. I think it was in with the pyjamas, but I think really it's probably a little bit too thick to be pyjamas. I would call it a loungewear set. So we've got the top, which has a hood and these two toggles there. And we've got some long sleeves there. Really lovely velvety fabric, really warm, really cozy. And I don't think that will bobble or age particularly. I think that's going to look nice for quite a while with quite a few washes. The trousers are drawstring waist, long wide leg trousers. I'm going to show you those on in the cutaways just so you get a slightly better idea there. So you can see they hang really nicely, nice and loose, not too oversized. You can see the top, that's a medium that I got. A medium in the trousers and in the top, and that was quite roomy. As you can see, there's a little bit of room there, but they're not too baggy. So I was really happy with those. Now the price, really good price. The original price was £25, and basically they were half price. So they were £12.50 each, the top and the bottom. So for £25, I've got a very lovely, luxurious loungewear set. And to be honest, I can't afford some of those very expensive loungewear sets that some of the influencers talk about. I think for £25 that was a real bargain. They had the burgundy colour, as you can see, which again is very on trend. They also had a dark grey colour. However, they didn't have so many sizes left. They only had a small in the trousers, which I tried on, and they were a little bit too small. And I think they only had a couple of tops, maybe in the large and the small. They didn't have much in the mediums. So unfortunately, that was the only set that I got. I would have happily bought 2 sets of those. In fact, I'm even considering going back and just buying 2 burgundy sets, because they're absolutely ideal for just lounging around the house when you've got a day at home and you're working from home or doing a bit of housework or whatever. And they're lovely and comfortable, very warm for winter as well. So very happy with those. The next few items I've got to show you are more Christmassy. So there's quite a few sparkly things in the M&S outlet. So I chose a few of those things with a view to styling them up later in the season for some Christmas outfits. Firstly, a lovely goldy coloured sparkly cardigan there. They're balloon sleeves there and a nice long cuff. And really lovely feel, nice and soft, hangs beautifully. You can see the buttons there. I'll just show you in the cutaways. You can see there, as I said, the balloon sleeves, a long cuff, and fits really nicely and quite loose, but the actual bottom of the cardigan is a little bit stretchy, so it fits in, and it just hangs really nicely. So I was really happy with that. And that was, let me have a look at the price, £17.50. Again, that was reduced from £22.50, so £5 off that top, which I thought was very nice. I can already think of a few things that I'm going to pair that with and style it up with. Then there was another sparkly top. I thought, let's get into the silver. So this is actually a jumper, but again, nice soft fabric, hangs beautifully. These are slightly shorter sleeves. I'll show you in the cutaway how it hangs. You can see there, it's quite loose, but it does drape nicely, so I don't feel the need to tuck it in. It's a little bit longer at the back, as was the gold cardigan, so they cover you a little bit more at the back, but they're sort of fairly loose around the front. You could tuck them in, or you could just leave them out, depending on your body shape. The price of that was, again, same price, £17.50. So I thought that was a really nice little top for that price. And thirdly, I managed to pick up a lovely dress. It's a velvet dress and it's black, so very party-ish. Sleeves go down to my elbow really. It's, I don't know if you can see, it's sort of got this ruching at the front. It's quite a low V-neck and then it's ruched at the front, and it's a nice long length. So let me show you that in the cutaways. You can see there, as I said, nicely fitted in at the waist. Fairly low neck. I've put a little top under that. I probably would put a black lacy top or something like that underneath. 3/4 length sleeves and a nice long length. I would say it's more like a mid-axi length on me, which was absolutely perfect. I didn't want it too knee length. I've got a couple of Christmassy dresses. They're a little bit too short, so I like the long Madaxi length. So really happy with that. And for a velvet dress, how much did I pay? Was £45 originally. The price I paid was £29.50, I think that says, yeah, £29.50. So for a lovely Christmassy dress, velvet dress for £29.50, I thought that was a very, very good price for that. So that's the bits and pieces that I bought in M&S. One other thing I was looking for, which was a coat. If you remember, I tried a Phase 8 coat a couple of weeks ago and it was lovely. It was actually in their sale, but it was a little bit too tight. So I was looking for a sort of puffer type longer coat, and I found one. There's a Trespass store there. So I found one in the Trespass, and it was an interesting colour. It's this pale green, actually it is, but it's a very nice neutral colour. You can see there the hood at the back. It's quite a long length. It's not quite as long as the Phase 8 one I tried a few weeks ago. It's just below my knee. So let me show you that in the cutaways. So you can see there it has a hood. It has 2 toggles at the front there, and then it has poppers and it has a zip. So you can see it's nice and fitted. Just about the right size for me, not too big, not too small. It was actually a small, so I did have to go for the small. The medium was a little bit too bulky, so the small fitted just about perfectly. If anything, it's a tiny bit big on the hips, but it was fine, and I really liked that. And as I say, it's got poppers and a zip, really warm and cozy. It's got some sort of thermal technology. Not sure how rainproof it is. I think it's possibly just showerproof, maybe not completely waterproof. But the price of that, let's have a look. Oh, I think I've taken the label off already. I think I paid £44 for it, something like that. Again, there was quite a big reduction there, and that is about half the price of when I was looking at the Phase 8 ones in the sale. They're about £160, £180 now. So it's not quite as smart. The pockets don't have zips on, for example. And it's not quite such a luxurious fabric as some of the Phase 8 ones, but a very useful jacket, and that colour will go with my winter colour scheme, which, as you've probably been seeing, is things like greys, burgundies, and that sort of khaki green, that sort of thing. So I think that will be a very, very useful coat. So overall, I was really pleased with my shopping trip. Now, I'm sorry today the video is going to be a little bit shorter than my usual ones. I've had family staying this week and it has been very hectic. So next week I'll make up for that and make sure I do a little bit of a longer video. But I will style these items up in different outfits in my future videos. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, please press the like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Next week, I'm going to be going more into winter outfits. I'm going to be doing things like coats coming up in the next few weeks. And obviously then I'll be going into things like Christmas outfits. So please tune in and watch me again next week. I hope you all have a very good week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye.